Oh, I got the bubble guts. I think it's time for me to change my eating habits. Well, let's talk about it. What's up, tube? Welcome back. Got a quick little video, another car video I want to drop, talking about why I am choosing to become plant-based. Excuse me, gotta put my seatbelt on, safety first. Y'all hear the deep, deep, deep. But anyways, why I'm deciding to go plant-based. Well, it's a few reasons. This won't be my first time. I did the whole vegan thing before, which was I've actually even done raw vegan, but it was a while ago, and I've transitioned back and forth for many years from vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, whatever you want to have it. I wouldn't consider myself a vegan because I'm not necessarily going all out checking if my clothes are leather and whatnot, but I do care about the animals, and I'll also get into that a little bit later in the video. But why am I choosing at 23 years old to make this tremendous change with my eating habits and my lifestyle? Well, number one, I love myself. Yeah, it always starts with self-love and self-gratitude. And number two, I'm looking for a total transformation to elevate my vibratory frequency. And the best way to do that is to control the food that I'm putting into my mouth, because food directly correlates with your health and how you feel on a consistent basis. There's a lot of different reasons why people choose to go plant-based or vegan. Some people do it for the animals. Some people do it for the environment. Some people do it for their health. I'm doing it for all three. Initially, when I first had started, it was always to, I'm going to go vegan, and I go on these, vegan escapades for 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year, get my six-pack, be looking nice, feeling good. And then I start to dibble and dabble back into the chicken and meats and all the processed foods and the stuff that feels good, but it gives you the itis and the bubble guts. And then I would start to gain weight all over again and go through these cycles. Losing weight, feeling good, gaining weight, feeling bad. Losing weight, feeling good, gaining weight, feeling bad, so on and so forth. And there's many different reasons why now I'm so locked into eating plant-based for the rest of my life. Now, before I even get into those reasons, I'm actually going to touch up on the differences between vegetarian, vegan, and plant-based. So, a vegetarian person is basically someone who does not eat any meat. You can still have processed foods as long as they don't have meat. You can still have dairy. You can still have eggs, cheese, which is dairy. Duh. But yeah, that's vegetarian. Just stay away from the meat. And also that includes fish as well. You can't eat any fish, any animals. You just don't eat no animals at all. That's vegetarian. Now, vegan is a level up. It's no fish, no chicken, no meats, no sea animals, no land animals, no eggs, no dairy. Nothing that comes from an animal you're going to be eating. This even includes bugs like bees. That means you don't eat honey either. And two, if you're really living a truly vegan lifestyle, that also would mean that you're going to concern yourself with the welfare of animals in terms of not wearing leather or certain furs, and checking, the products that you use and see if they were tested by animals and things of that nature. That's vegan. Now, what is plant-based? Plant-based is, when you look at the food pyramid, we all seen that old, outdated, sad diet, the standard American diet, which has the food pyramid with the meats and the dairies and the things that clog your arteries. You feel me? But when you look at the food pyramid, plant-based, the base of that pyramid is going to be plants. That's fruits, veggies, legumes, beans, lentils, different sorts of grains, white rice, black rice, wild rice, quinoa, couscous. And the base of my foods are gonna come from plants. Also, I'm gonna do limited to none processed foods at all. At all. That's another silent killer. People think, oh, I'm on a vegan hype train now, so I'm super healthy, but Oreos are vegan. You got vegan pizza, you got vegan burgers, you got vegan frozen dinners. You pop in the microwave and you eat, and it's processed. I'm getting away from the processed foods. I'm getting away from the animal foods. And another differentiating factor of plant-based is that the base of your foods is going to be plants. This is not to say that I will strictly never eat animals again in the future, but it will be extremely limited, and at least for the first 3 to 6 months, I'm done eating animals. I'm not doing it no more. And it may stay. It may stay. So I may be 100% plant-based, where I just don't do process at all. I don't do animals at all. And you know, it's just never going to be a part of my life again. I think that may be the route I go. We'll see, but I know it will be extremely limited. Maybe every once a year, every 6 months, I'll have maybe a sliver of meat, but it might not even be worth it. We'll see as I go on this journey and I document the whole process. But that is going to be, that's plant-based. So what are my reasons behind going plant-based? You know, obviously I'm elevating myself. I'm growing as a young man. I'm improving. There's a lot of goals that I need to accomplish. Well, to start off, there's a lot of differentiating factors from our genetic makeup and biology as humans versus animals. Everybody likes to use the narrative and compare us to lions, but we're not lions. Sorry, we're not lions. We don't have claws. We don't have canines. We have molars. Our teeth, we're actually herbivores. Our teeth are designed to grind up fruits and veggies. Most carnivorous creatures have sharp canines that slice through raw flesh, and they don't chew too much. They slice through raw flesh. They slice through raw flesh, and then it goes through their intestinal tract and they poop it out. That's gonna lead me to the next thing. Humans' intestines, I think, is like somewhere between, don't quote me if I'm wrong, but 10 to 20 times longer than carnivorous creatures. Ours is like meters. Theirs is like maybe like 5 yards or something, or a few feet. So what happens is when we eat meat, that stuff gets stuck up in our system in digestion. That's why people fart. You be like, God damn, what died in you, brother? Is because we're not meant to eat these meats. When lions or dogs or cats or whatever creatures that are carnivorous, when they eat meat, their digestive, their colon is their intestine is way shorter than us, so the meat passes through quickly before it even has a chance to expire. Mind you, they're eating it raw. We're not eating meat raw. We're having to cook it, and we're having to you know, we just don't. We see an animal, we hop on a rabbit, and we tear it up. We're not like that. We have to cook it and do all these antiviral, antibacterial things to prepare the meat properly. Truly carnivorous creatures say, hey, I see that zebra, I want some zebra today. Come here, zebra. And you bite it in the neck, you rip it, and the blood and the fur and all that, you take it into your system. We're not doing that. We're not carnivorous. We don't have claws. We're bipedal. We have thumbs. Most carnivorous creatures, they have night vision, and they also don't have color vision. They see in black and white. We, on the other hand, do not have night vision, and we also can see colors. The reason why we can see colors is because our color vision helps us differentiate the difference between fruit that is ripe, fruit that is rotten, fruit that's good for us to eat, and the various thousands of plants that the universe has given us, the Most High has given us to eat and survive off of. So we can know the difference between a carrot and an apple, a green apple, a red apple, a yellow apple, red watermelons, yellow watermelons. We have this colored vision to be able to pick and select the proper plants for us to consume. That's a whole nother reason. Going back to the fact about our intestines is also, our intestines is way longer, not just to be long, But also, as we eat these plants, and we break down the enzymes first in our teeth, and then they go through in our intestinal tract. Our intestines are long so that we can actually go through a longer digestive process than carnivorous creatures, so that we can consume all the micro and macronutrients, the flavonoids, the vitamins. All of that is absorbed into our systems when it goes through a longer digestive process. And typically when we eat meat, stuff gets stuck up in our system. That's why, you know, many Americans, we don't have enough water, we don't have enough fiber, and people are real constipated and stinky. And this is me naming first the biological reasons why I'm deciding to make this lifestyle change. The next thing, our stomach acid. Our stomach acid is nowhere strong enough to be digesting meat. Carnivorous creatures have I don't even know what their stomach pH is, but it's strong AF. That's why when cats and stuff like that pee, you smell that strong ammonia smell, like it stinks so bad because of their stomach acid and the way it is designed. Our stomach acid is not designed that way. Another reason, let me think. I'm going down the list health wise. So that's for the body. That's for the body. I will also say, I'll add this with the mind. So we'll go over to this will be like a 2-in-1. This will be for the body and for the animals. So, you know, most people, you know, see dogs and cats, and if somebody were to beat a dog or abuse a dog or beat a cat or abuse a cat or just mistreat an animal for no reason, we're like, oh, that's wrong. Why are we doing it to chickens? Why are we doing it to cows? Why are we doing it to turkeys and pigs and so on and so forth, when these are sentient beings just like our dogs and our cats and man's best friend, these animals that we so-called domesticated to be in our environment and live with us? Why are we doing it to other animals? Like, why are we being prejudiced against species? This is called speciesism. Now, I'm not one of those people, Peter, save the animals, but I'm a common sense type of dude. You feel me? I'm a common sense type of dude, and 1 + 1 = 2 with me. Not 3, not 4, but 1 + 1 = 2. So since 1 + 1 = 2, it don't make sense that we're segregating the compassion that we have to give to animals that feel, think, and breathe just like us. Now, I don't know how many believers and people follow my page. You don't got to be into what I'm into. I'm just dropping what I know and providing information to those that choose to gravitate towards it. And one thing that I know is that the Most High created us with free will. Now, even though animals don't have free will and they're stuck in their primal instincts, that does not mean that they aren't sentient beings that feel just like we do. They have emotions. I mean, try to snatch a puppy away from its mother, she'll try to attack you. Take a calf away from a cow, it'll come after you. These animals feel, think, and breathe just like us. And though they don't have free will, though we don't understand what they're saying, they have emotions. And I just don't feel in my spirit that it's good for me to only delegate that to dogs and cats and the regular domesticated animals that we see on a regular day-to-day basis. It's just not cool. It's not cool at all. And I guarantee you, if we had to go old school primal style and we had to go out and kill our own chickens with our bare hands and pluck their feathers, and we didn't have the convenience of a grocery store, a lot of people would choose an alternative method, especially knowing that we do not have to consume animals to survive, and we're 10 times healthier. Going back to, I'm gonna bounce all over the place because as the knowledge I research comes to me, I'm gonna just spit it out. I'm gonna say it. But going back to eating animals, we as humans need fresh fruits and veggies and a sufficient amount of water to prevent disease and maintain an alkaline environment within our body. So when we eat flesh, it's very acidic and it ruins the pH and it activates cancers and all sorts of diseases inside of ourselves. Now, I don't like to speak on things that I don't know off the top of my head, because I don't like to come across like an ignorant person. If I know something, I know it. If I don't, I'll tell you, hey, I don't know it. But one thing that I do know, I think like the top 3 killers for Americans is like heart disease, and that comes directly from diet. You know, you got a few choices. You could be zombified on all these pills and medications that the doctors want to push towards you, and just be in that lazy, lower vibrational frequency state. Or you can say, hey, I have choice and freedom over my life. I choose to feel good. I'm going to put healthy foods inside my body so I can be an optimal machine. You know, you're not going to feel, you have enough respect for your materialistic possessions that you'll treat them right, like your car. You're not going to fuel your car with bad fuel. Why would you not have enough self-love for yourself to go ahead and put the proper foods inside of your body and treat yourself right? It don't make sense. You treating your car better than your home. You know, you can be with or without a car, but you only got one body to live in. And once you take things too far, some things are irreversible. So I'm more into preventative measures rather than the treatment of things. And the easiest way to prevent mortality, all-cause death, and major disease is just to eat healthy. Some things are genetic. You can't prevent them. It's luck of the draw. It is what it is. But in terms of when it comes to eating food, the majority of diseases can be prevented just with a healthy diet and lifestyle habits. So that's what I'm doing. Now, to get to the environmental factors, I don't know if y'all know this, but the majority of our greenhouse gas emissions and CO2 comes from animal agriculture. It doesn't come from planes, trains, boats, cars, and trucks. It comes from producing livestock and the CO2 that comes out when they fart, when they breathe. Also, we literally have a hunger crisis, which we don't need to have. All of the grain, fruits, and veggies that we're growing right now is going to animals so we can consume animals, which doesn't make sense when we can stop mass producing animals and just grow these grain, fruits, and veggies for ourselves, and humans will no longer be hungry. People say, everybody wants to become a fitness expert or a nutritionist when you tell them you don't eat meat. Oh, what about your protein and your nutrients? And hey, you got to get the B12. Hey, the B12. Cut it out. Animals don't naturally produce B12. It comes from the topsoil. And as a matter of fact, our topsoil is not even how it needs to be. So they're having to supplement B12 into animals' diet. We eat the animals and then we get the B12 to them. See how it comes full circle? All you need to do is do a little bit of supplementation. And as a matter of fact, it takes quite some time, at least 3 to 5 years to get a B12 deficiency. So it's not something that 3 months later, where's my B12? I'm not eating no animals. It's not something that happens like that. Do your research. You know, if you don't argue with me, Google it. But also, so I went through the environmental factors, I went through the health factors, I went through the about the animals. With everything I'm listed, it's like I cannot be willfully ignorant knowing what I know when it comes to animals, the compassion that I'm carrying in my heart as I elevate myself as a man to be more selfless and more self-full. And the best way for me to be so full is to treat my body right. When I treat my body right, in turn, I get to treat the animals right because I'm not eating them. They feel, they cry, they hurt. I feel, I cry, I hurt. I can feel way better by not consuming them. They can feel way better by not being killed and overconsumed. You see how that works? It's a reciprocation of energy. The audacity that we have to think that we can possess another thing outside of ourselves. It's crazy. Humans, we really got to start to humble ourselves. We don't own shit. We halfway own this body because when we die, that's it, you know? And, you know, energy can never be destroyed. It'll only be transferred. So yes, this flesh dies, but our spirit does ascend. But that's for a whole nother video. But as it pertains to right now, and me relaying to you why I'm going plant-based, when I know all these things, I'm taking a stand to become a better man and not be willfully ignorant. Is it uncomfortable? Do I have certain food addictions that I'm going to have to break? Yes. But in the long run, it's going to be worth it for me. It's going to be worth it for the animals, and it's going to be worth it for the world and my spirit. And as I elevate as a man and I learn different things on my life journey and my path, and I know better, I have to do better. So I hope y'all really got something from this video. I didn't want to make it too long and drawn out. I'm already going on a 20-minute marker, you feel me? But this is the reasons why I'm choosing to be plant-based, and I'm going to bring y'all on my journey with me, and we just going to grow, family. So that's all I got for you. Peace and love, and I'll be tapping in a little bit.